Greetings, every peoples. This is your cult personality, ToonKriticY2K's name. Tunes are the name of my game, and welcome back to the Sketchpad, a little variety interview show where I take a look at some people who are, from the fandom, or those who are not in the fandom, like people on the show. And today I'm going with somebody from the fandom who has been quite a popular person that I've been hearing about through the interwebs, through the convention circuits and whatnot. Miss ILoveKimPossibleALot.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing good. So, KP, I can call you KP, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so, for those that don't know who you are, tell us who you are, where you're from, that sort of good deal.
Okay, so I was born on Earth. Okay, I won't be a smartass.
No, it's okay, you can be a smartass, I don't mind.
Alrighty, and, okay, I do YouTube videos. I call myself an analysis person, kind of, sort of, analysis reviewing community. It all kind of meshes together. But anyway, I do reviewing of the episodes. I do my own general show analysis on YouTube, and then I do special projects. I do animatics, and I do some animations and stuff every once in a while. So it's between all of that, it keeps me very busy, but it's also fun at the same time. And I don't know, I guess I'm known for being Discord fangirl and talking a lot and being annoying, but
Oh, no, you're not annoying.
I don't know, depends on who you ask.
So, what has got you into reviewing, and how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it for like 2 years right now, so 2013. I haven't reviewed anything that isn't Pony, so if that gives you any guesstimate on how long I've been, doing this. Not too amazingly long, but anyway, I guess mostly Nostalgia Critic and Nostalgia Chick and Spill and Rotten Tomatoes and TV tropes, all those things.
So, what projects are you most fond of, and which ones do you wish you could have done better?
I mean, I guess the obvious one, in both regards, is the John Delancey project. There's a lot of things I could have done better. There's a lot of things I could have been more careful about. There's a lot of things, because that was my first big, I guess,
Foot in the
collab.
door, I guess, or
I guess foot in the door, but it was like it wasn't just me and one other person like it is for the weekly videos. I was doing animators, I was doing musicians, I was doing editors for that segment. I was Crown Prince. Everyone was great. Everyone was great for the most part, but there's always one or two on a project that size. But I kind of have a bittersweet notion about it now because there's been a lot of post-release problems with it, and there was a lot of pre-release problems with it, between making sure all the animators were happy, making sure the animation was up to par, things like that. And of course John probably hasn't seen it still, but there's just a little bit of an issue. But besides all that, I still think at the end of the day, I think I'm still pretty proud of it, because I don't think I could have pulled that off. I never thought I could pull something like that out, even if I wasn't doing it myself, even if I was still working with all those people. And I guess that's always it probably will be my biggest project for a long time, because it just takes so much out of you. We had weekly calls like for a year to finish that project, so don't be careful what you can chew, kids. But other projects, I guess, I really like the Top 10 by John Delancey animatic that came out a little later. As far as reviews, I really like how the Discord reviews just are usually my favorites, not only because I put everything into them, because I know people expect a lot out of me with them, but also because of that, they end up turning out really good. So, and obviously I get to overact and chewing some scenery, and that's always fun. And then let's see, what else? And then I do like how the new KP Discord animation came out. I thought it was a cute idea, even though the title cards were a little long in hindsight. But I guess one other one is Pony.Mauve. I do still like how Pony.Mauve turned out, even though people thought Max was dead. that was bad. He's like, wait, did he really die? I'm like, no, that was a thing to the other. Don't worry about it. So, yeah.
That
So,
was the joke. He didn't die.
yeah, that was jokes on you. But people are like, wait, he can't do. Wait, I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, I got a lot of dislikes because of that, and I'm just like, but it's a joke. It was a parody of the thing that he did. No one got it. Okay, whatever. But but yeah, I've done so many videos at this point that they all kind of mesh together, especially some of the earlier stuff. I had to like go back and marathon my own videos one of these days, but I just don't want to do it because I'm just like, oh, that was so bad. Oh, that thing, and oh, that could have been better on hindsight because I guess I've just grown as far as not controlling my quality, but knowing what to look for to make a product better. So
Yeah. Back to the Let's Go Meet John Delancey thing. Thing that I found out most interesting about it, yeah, it is probably one of your like biggest works. What did you think of the reception behind it? Because one word I think to associate it with is a little bit controversial because I've overheard like behind the scenes stuff. I've heard stuff from people in the fandom. I've heard stuff from like the reviewing community. It's a lot of people are split on it. Some really loved it, and some are just like, "Why was I in this?" You know?
I'm not sure as far as the reviewing community. Everyone's OC that I put in there, I think, was satisfied. I mean, the thing is, like, I feel like if we, I feel like that's more of a compliment than anything, is, like, to put your OC. As far as me personally, like, I will say a lot of the controversy, like, I guess killed me inside was a little bit of an understatement. Like, I don't want to go into it too much, but that's kind of why I slowed down after the John Delancey, because it killed me. And
Right, I won't dig into that.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
want to dig
I was
into
in
like
a good
anything.
place, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to touch into too much. But there are a lot of mistakes, and we should have been more careful about certain things. But on hindsight, whatever. We weren't the first to do the thing that we did, and I think that the finger was pointed at me too more because it wasn't easy. I wasn't an easy target because this was a personal project. It wasn't just like some stupid bullshit video, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as besides that, and I think it was magnified way too much. Like with the draw ponies thing, like he traced artwork or whatever and sold it, but like I think of all the artists, like just in the MLP community who do that anyway. Like, I mean, I don't really understand why that would, like, I guess he shouldn't have sold it, but as far as tracing, I feel like people do that constantly with bases and vectors and things like that, so, whatever.
No, I get it. It's all right.
I don't know if you agree with me as far as that, but,
No, I do.
So, yeah, I guess I'm easier to talk about that certain aspect now, because it's been a year, I've gotten over it. But, like, that's why it's kind of bittersweet for me, but I still think like, the intention of the project, I think, still comes through despite everything, and, we're just kids, we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
So, but I think at the end of the day, I'm still proud of it, because it took a lot of work to get done, and it did get done, and it got done pretty well, I think. But I think besides that aspect, everyone else seemed to like it.
All right. So, going on a personal thing, what are some of your hobbies, like, outside of reviewing?
Reviewing? No, of course watching media and stuff. Like, I really am fascinated with, like, I talk about this, I think I've talked about this in the past, but, spare me the details if I'm being repetitive, you can just cut me off. But, I'm really into media and pop culture, and I like to, like, one of the reasons I was so big on Kim Possible, because I really got into it, and people are like, you like Kim Possible? Well, that's stupid. That's for, like, little girls. I'm just like, no, it's this really cool show. And so one of the things that turned me on with Pronies, is that people had that same reaction, but it was, it was worse, because I was, like, a middle school girl who still liked Kim Possible. These were grown men who liked My Little Pony. And that's what fascinated me about it, to give the fandom a chance. So watching cartoons a lot. I do like swimming. Swimming is fun. I I don't draw as much as I should anymore, and I feel like saying movies is repetitive at this point.
No, that's all right.
In movies. And writing just generally, I like to write in short amounts. I can't write too long. I like writing more than a page. 12-inch margin page is not fun because I feel like I've said whatever I had to say in that first pages. So like writing it 4 pages and writing it 6 pages just takes more out of me. Like
It's tedious.
it is, yeah, it's tedious, and I feel like it's repetitive for a lot of things. So I had to turn in a 10-page paper, and it just killed me inside. So I guess that explains why my reviews themselves are so short, because I'm just like, I said whatever I had to say in 3 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
As far as other hobbies, not really anything else. I like shopping because of my girl. And, hanging out with friends, of course, and, doing stupid summery stuff like barbecues. But, because
Barbecues are fun.
It's summer at the moment, so, I think that's it. And drawing occasionally.
Right. So, how many conventions have you been to by now? I'm just curious.
Oh, not that many. I've been to BronyCon and BabsCon, and I'm in talks for premiering as a special guest at another convention, but that contract isn't signed yet, so I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that. But
Right.
And then this Everfree that is coming up, and I might go to Fiesta Equestria, maybe. I don't know yet. And then of course BronyCon. And as far as coming up, there's a bunch of conventions I have my eye on, but we'll see if they throw me. Let's see how many bones each one of them throws me, and I guess we'll discuss there. But I do want to go to LA in general, so maybe Equestria LA, and maybe that PonyCon in New York and stuff like that. But none of that is confirmed yet, kids. So.
What was your first convention experience like?
That was BronyCon.
2014?
That was my first convention ever. It was interesting too because I guess my face is more known because of the John Delancey video, and then of course the Bronies React stuff and things like that. So people didn't know what I looked like I guess it just goes to show how much people paid attention to the John Delancey video, and he didn't turn it off after the animation part was done. But it was interesting, but then I kind of got annoyed because no one was like approaching me, and not to sound like a diva, but I was just like I just figured someone would say, hey, you're JP. So but then when I got on the panel with Digi, I got like swarmed, and it was kind of a cool feeling. But it's nice to have your work appreciated at the end of the day. So, and I'm sure you feel the same way going to conventions, just nice to say, hey, can I have your autograph? Like, wow, you know who I am. Of course you can have my autograph.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was at last year's BronyCon for me, too. Like, the first time someone came up to me and say, hey, you're Toon Critic, can I get your autograph? I had to pause for a second. I'm like, this is definitely a first for me. Okay.
But, yeah, and same with, getting fan art and things like that. I'm hoping someone either cosplays as me or something out there. Cosplays or gets me an OC plush. Yeah, I don't know if any of those two are realistic. But if something like that does happen, then I just have to go in my hotel room and just be like, oh, that was kind of awesome. But what's going on? Is this real life or is this fantasy?
So going back to what you were talking about, Everfree Northwest is coming up, and you're a community guest for that. And you are a part of the Letters for Discord thing. So tell us more about that. How did that come about?
Oh, sure. Well, one of the intentions with the John Delancey project, in general, was to not make it about me, because at the end of the day, I was just the producer and the creative head. It was everyone's project, and that kind of explains at the very end why we had all those thank yous. Because originally it was just me, but then now let's get everyone into, because I didn't just make this, everyone else made it. So the offer was anyone on the crew who was comfortable with that and had a good enough camera was allowed to participate. So those are who we got as far as, and obviously submitted by the deadline and all that fun stuff. But yeah, so. And I was thinking, obviously, I have to, do something because John's there and I'm there. So I was thinking of just giving him the video, just at an autograph session or whatever, saying, hey, I made this video for you. It's kind of a big deal. I kind of had I mean,
I'm kind of horse famous now.
you're kind of horse famous. You have to listen to me. No. I mean, people are probably going to ask you about it. So here's this video, but I was thinking instead of it just being about me, I'd collect these letters. And originally I was just going to say in the announcement video, just say, hey, we're going to give the John Delancey video to John, and we want to collect letters saying like how John's impacted you, because I'm pretty sure like I'm not the only one with that thank you John Delancey for being amazing kind of speech in their hearts, like even though I was the only one on camera, and I don't want to talk about that. That was an interesting filming experience. But anyway, sorry, I ramble a lot, but
no, it's okay, I ramble too.
Anyway, but then I approached it with the con. Well, I wanted to make sure that I had permission to do that, because I didn't know if they were like, well, you can't give John Klopp your CKP, no. And then they're like, wait, we can make this, like, you want to do that? I'm like, yeah, I'll organize it, I'll do everything. And they're like, well, we can actually make this a thing. I'm like, sure, that works, that's fine with me. And then my liaison was like, do you want to talk, like, the co-founder of the convention wants to talk to you about this. I'm like, really? That's cool.
Oh god, am I in trouble, or is this a good thing?
It's a good, it's like, what did I do? Is this my restraining order? Is this what this is? But then he was like, yeah, this is a really cool idea, like, and you want to organize it, and let's do this, because it's kind of like the Letters to the Princess thing, except with John, and I think it'd be a good way to welcome him back after the 2-year pony convention hiatus. I'm like, yeah, sure. So that was about it. So I made a Google Doc with where you can submit your things, and we're open till the end of next week, and then we're gonna screen them and print them off. And as far as actual details, I'm not aware of those at this time yet, because I'm starting to get people like, well, what are you gonna do with them? Are you gonna read them at a panel? Which panel are you gonna read them at?
Question after question.
Where do I turn in the letter if I wrote a handwritten one? I'm just like, I don't know. They have to call John and tell me what to do. So
don't kill the messenger.
Don't kill the messenger. I'm sure, but yeah. So I have. It's all. Well, at this point, it's in John's ballpark as far as what he wants to do and where he wants them presented, and if he wants me to present them to it publicly, or like make a little spiel and present them to it, or like read a few even, or just do it privately and just like, here's your box, John. If you need us to ship it to you, let us know, but here's your box. So I'm, of course, I'm hoping for the best and hoping I can do it publicly, and hoping he will be okay with reading a few and all that stuff. But that's because I guess I want my moment and I've worked hard for it. But
you deserve that moment.
Let's hope so, and people aren't booing me off the stage. But or it's like, ooh, it's that girl. But or it's like, oh, it's that girl. That's probably what will happen. It's like, oh, it's that girl.
No, they would probably just be like jealous or something.
Anyway, so but yeah, he's a nice guy. So we'll just see what happens and see if he's down. But yeah, so submit your letter to the thing. It's the Google Doc. The link to the Google Doc, if anyone cares and or is listening to this by the time it's not closed, is in the description of the Everfree announcement, and then I'm posting it on Twitter every so often to remind people to submit their letter, because I'm hoping for at least 200 letters. So we're getting close. So.
All right, so now here's an interesting question. Here's where the deep questions come in. If you weren't ILoveKimPossibleALot and you weren't doing brony stuff, where do you think you would be by now? Who would you be by now?
I'd be in a lot darker place. I guess the brony stuff always gave me confidence, because I don't know, just people, like, because again, it's people appreciating your work. So I guess it's gotta be out of sometimes. And then college, I got so frustrated because I couldn't. I had all this free time and I didn't have anything to do with it. And once the brony stuff started, then I was always busy. And it's nice being busy when you don't have something to do. So I think in hindsight, my life would have been a lot more boring if I didn't get into this brony stuff. So I don't know. I can't really imagine me being too different, except not as happy and not as content and, things like that. I'd probably be into some different fandom, but definitely not with the voice I have in this one, but if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'd probably be similar, but not the same.
Yeah, maybe you'd still be doing reviewing, but in the Kim Possible fandom, you'd be like the #1 reviewer there or something.
Out of all the 10 Kim Possible fans still left, I'd be the #1.
There can only be one.
There can only be 1 out of 10.
So, now I want you to imagine something. Say that an interdimensional portal back in time is just opened up right next to you. And you see yourself when you were just starting out. You have one chance to talk with them, and you can give this, your your younger self one piece of advice that will hopefully fix a few things. What do you tell your younger self?
I'd say I'd probably have a list of people that turned out great as far as worth ethic, and then other people who didn't turn out so great as far as worth ethic. And then just business things like don't do this, don't do that. And obviously with the John Lansing project, don't hire this person, don't do this, don't do that. I think so. Yeah, things like that. And if you want to grow, do this. If you don't, just experience that I've had growing as a channel, sharing with my younger self, and also telling my younger self, don't be cheap, just buy a microphone now. It will just do it, just do it. So.
All right, and let's see. One last question. This is something that has been going on for quite some time, in the that Tommy and Josh Scorcher have started talking about. There's a problem so far with the analysis community, with the community itself being oversaturated, and how there's some people who put effort and some people who don't. There's a gap between the horse famous and non-horse famous. Basically, the way the analysis community is now and how you view it, how do you think you would try to fix it?
I mean, I always can I got to ask a similar question a few nights ago. But anyway, I guess I don't really consider myself contributing to that much, because my reviewing, quote unquote, has been very light, very much this was an okay episode. This was a whatever episode. The only sometimes I nitpick and critique, but that's usually just because I'm more that I'm trying to make a joke more than anything. So I don't really consider myself contributing to that negative connotation of every. But as far as I definitely agree it's becoming saturated, and especially like we talked about at the reviewing panel, everyone people want to do this because they want to be horse famous, and when they don't get that, then they get frustrated. But I think it's gotten better, and I think now that idea is out there, that there can be too much negative criticism, then people are also being more careful. But also, there's a lot, not that there wasn't love before, but there's a lot more love, a lot more this is just a pony show,
there's only so much you can talk about it on it.
Yeah, and there's only so much you can do, and you gotta love it for what it is. I mean, aren't you glad it turned out this good to begin with? But it can't be perfect. So, kind of attitude. So, I think it's definitely gotten better, and I think it's going down, and I think it's kind of frustrating too, because the people with the most of the voice, can people who aren't as into the analysis community, the people with the most voice, like me and Silver and Dr. Wolf and things like that, are the ones who are the only ones they usually go to. So they're not seeing the whole spectrum of everyone, and I don't think that's fair to judge the whole sub community when you're only watching 1 or 2 people. So that makes sense.
Are there any lesser known reviewers or any underrated reviewers that you watch that you think people should look at?
Of course you. No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I'm getting a compliment from Kate. Oh, she was being sarcastic. Never mind.
But you can take it as unsarcastic if you'd like. All right.
Okay. I
promise. It can be sincere, but I was also trying to make a joke. So either way. To be honest, it's ironic. I'm a YouTuber who doesn't really watch YouTube that much, or watch other YouTubers that much. So I don't watch. I mean, I watch Anthony's stuff sometimes when he posts things. I watch Dr. Wolf's stuff when it's something I'm in. That's really it. I barely watch Silverquill. I've seen like 2 whole videos of Silverquill, so I don't really watch anyone. Sometimes I watch this girl named Spell Shell Shade. Sometimes I
Cell
think that's
specs?
yes,
Ah.
with the turtle. Um, I watch her sometimes, and then I watch Mad Munchkin sometimes. But besides that, I don't really watch other people's content that much. I'm more focused on trying to make my own the best there ever was to catch them all and all that fun stuff. So, but as is, I think there's definitely some people that are turning into really popular figures, and it's interesting because now I was a noob, and now I'm considered a vet, and now I don't want these people to get more subscribers than me because I don't.
You want to stay at the top of the mountain, pretty much.
I do want to stay on the top of the mountain. I will fight for the top of the mountain, but I guess I'm still the biggest girl reviewer. But in a group of guys, that doesn't really mean too much. So I have to fight them off the mountain. But I don't think I'm doing a great job.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I guess yeah. Oh crap, that's all my questions. Oh well. Makeup stuff on the fly. Favorite donut. Oh, what's your favorite? No, I'm kidding. We're not gonna be here for that long. Yeah, thank you so much for coming onto the Sketchpad and doing this little interview thing.
No problem. I feel like I owe it to you because you let me crash your panel and all that fun stuff. So you get your interview.
Well, hey, I decided, hey, she's a busy person. I may not be able to collab with her, but I got her on my panel, so you know what? That's good. That counts as my collaboration. I've made it a goal to collab with just about like everybody in the community at least once, so that I can like help spread people around, start making people, I guess, a little bit more. Now, I don't want to say more popular, but a little bit more prominent or something. It's been like my little project,
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, is there anything else you want to promote? Any social media?
Not really. I mean, YouTube's the place to find me. I have a Twitter. I love KP a lot. I have a Tumblr with the same handle. I have an Instagram that I don't use. I love KP a lot that people don't think is me, and it's kind of interesting. It's like, this isn't a real account. This is a fake account. You're not really KimPossibleALot. I'm just like, this is fun. But and let's see, what else? I have a DeviantArt, the same handle, and I think I have a Twitch that I don't use anymore, really, because I don't really live stream anymore. And that's really about it. So.
Oh my god, you have a DeviantArt, you can totally draw me. No, I'm kidding.
Can you draw my OC? I won't even have to pay you.
Oh, I know plenty of artist friends who could like draw you in like 10 minutes or so. But yeah, you're gonna be at Everfree Northwest, which is going to be freaking awesome. You got a panel there, I believe.
I have. I'll tell you all the stuff I have. I have a panel. I have my own panel at 1 p.m. on Sunday. I have me and Josh are doing a riffing panel at I think 4 p.m. on Saturday. Doing the old My Little Pony with the Smooths, because the Discord Smooths episode would have aired like a week-ish before that. So and then obviously I'll be at all the John Delancey events. And I don't know when I'm giving him all the stuff yet, and then I have an interview sometime that you can watch on YouTube whenever they tell me it is. And then if anyone cares, I am going to be at the Dinner with Discord probably Saturday night if you people want to go to that too, but it's a lot of money, so just be careful. And that's it. That's all the stuff.
All right, cool. Everfree Northwest is in Washington, I think Seattle. This is stupid.
Yeah,
I have to look up the information, but it's around near the end of this month, and there's gonna be all this awesome stuff. Great guests, great fun times. So yeah, if you want to, you can go check her out. Maybe she's kind of looking for people, to say hi and autographs and pictures and. Hopefully not kidnappings.
I'll do all the autographs and pictures that everyone wants, and hopefully people actually wear those John Delancey shirts that we're doing for charity, and then I'll see them and just like, you're wearing the shirt that I did, and they're like, yeah, and John will be totally like, I feel bad. I really want to like get a chance to talk to him before the convention, because I'm just waiting for that one fan who's like, KP is here. She's like obsessed with you. like, you better run kind of attitude. So I'm just like, no, I'm not that bad. I promise. I promise, John. I'm just a little eccentric sometimes.
I think we're all eccentric. All right, it takes care of that. Everybody who's watching, like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Go and subscribe to ILoveKp's work. She is one of the best reviewers that I know. Not the best, but one of the best.
I'm the best.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.